You are listening to KSG Podcast. This is a short, crisp, concise, exam oriented, edited editorial for civil services aspirants. The topic of this podcast is A Ray of Sunshine. The source for the content is Sagar Shah's article for the Economic Times. India is a signatory to the Paris Agreement under the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. As part of its Nationally Determined Contribution or NDC, India has three quantitative climate change goals, namely reduction in the emissions intensity of gross domestic product, that is the GDP, by 33 to 35% by 2030 from 2005 level, achieving about 40% cumulative electric power installed capacity from non-fossil fuel-based energy resources by 2030, and creating an additional carbon sink of 2.5 to 3 billion tons of carbon dioxide equivalent through additional forest and tree cover by 2030. While India seems to be progressing well to meet the above commitments, the need to ensure that reliance on renewable sources of energy has become more important than ever. The Indian government has been undertaking various initiatives for development of non-conventional sources of energy, especially electricity. One such initiative was National Solar Mission, started back in the year 2010 with a target of generating 20 gigawatts of electricity through solar energy by 2022 and establishing India as a global leader in solar energy. The target of 20 gigawatt was later increased to 100 gigawatts. India currently produces around 39 gigawatts of electricity through solar energy. India also spearheaded the formation of International Solar Alliance initiative in 2015 alongside France. Since then, more than 121 countries have become part of the alliance to collectively address key common challenges to the scaling up of solar energy in line with their needs. Since 2005, solar cells and modules were exempted from levy of basis customs duty, but the growth of solar cells and modules manufacturing capacity in China, Taiwan, and Malaysia coincided with increasing demand of the same in India, led to sharp rise in imports of solar cells and modules in India. Government of India introduced safeguard duty, that is SGD, as below on imports of solar cells and modules, including imports from China, Thailand, and Vietnam. The SGD was levied with a view to promote domestic manufacturing and curb imports, but domestic manufacturers were not able to benefit from the imposition of these additional duties as the duration was too short, that is 3 years. Also, most of the solar power projects importing modules got a reimbursement for the levy through a change in law condition of PPAs. As a result, an uptick can be observed in the volume of solar cells imported into India. However, due to a steady decline in the price of solar cells, the impact of SGD has been nullified and the value of imports has taken a downturn. In order to discourage imports further, the Indian government has proposed levy of basic custom duties of 40% and 25% BCD on the import of solar modules and solar cells respectively starting from the 1st of April 2022. It may be noted that these products are a part of the Information Technology Agreement. The solar power tariffs continue to hit new lows in the reverse bids conducted and have been on steady decline. This has put pressure on reducing the setup and production cost. Since about 60% to 80% of the cost of setting up a solar power generation plant can be attributed to solar PV cells, there is a need to reduce the procurement cost of the same. The government, as a part of Atmanirbhar Bharat initiative, has proposed the implementation of the Production Linked Incentive or PLI scheme, national program on high efficiency solar PV modules with an outlay of 4,500 crore rupees. Introduction of the PLI scheme would provide the needed fillip to the production capacity expansion needed to meet the ambitious target of solar electricity generation set by the Indian government. Primary considerations for selection of beneficiaries under the PLI scheme are the extent of vertical integration and the manufacturing capacity. The selection process would involve a scoring mechanism and ranking would be provided basis the scores. The total pool of 4,500 crore rupees would be divided among various bidders basis the ranking provided. Higher incentive allocation would be provided to the selected bidders with higher rank. Impetus is being provided towards creating the entire value chain required for manufacturing of solar modules, right from polysilicon to modules, by providing higher scores based on higher value addition for the modules in India, as also providing local value addition as one of the parameters for incentive calculation. Further, there is also a focus on local sourcing of raw material. The eligible incentive would be calculated on the basis of sales volume, efficiency of the module, and local value addition. The efficiency of the module would be calculated through a performance matrix. The manufacturer selected under the scheme would be eligible for receiving the incentive over a period of 5 years from commissioning. The government expects an additional 10 gigawatt capacity of integrated solar PV manufacturing plants with an investment of around 17,200 crore rupees under the said scheme. It is expected to augment the supply of solar modules and accelerate India towards meeting the target of electricity generation by solar power, as also keeping the cost of power generation at minimal levels. That's it for this podcast. Thank you so much for listening. To join KSG India courses and to crack the IELTS exam, visit ksgindia.com. You can also get a PDF of this podcast on ksgindia.com. Thanks for listening.